up, y'all? So we're gonna go over my top 10 teams going into 2025. So at number 10, I got Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M is gonna be a really good team this year. I think that Marcel Reed is definitely developed a lot. As a quarterback, I think that they have a chance of being in the 12-team playoffs. I think they have a hard schedule. I think they have some hard games they have to play, but I think that they definitely could be a top 10 team. At number 9, I got South Carolina. I think that South Carolina is going to take a step forward this year. Personally, in my opinion, I think they have a lot of productivity. I think Lenore Sellers, Dylan Stewart, I think them bringing in the freshman receivers like Malik Clark. I think they're bringing in, Faison if he plays. I think that their running back room has depth either way. I think that their defense is definitely probably going to take a little bit of a step back, but I don't think a big enough step to notice and to see them lose games. So that's why I have them at 9. Number 8, I have Alabama. I think Alabama is going to take a little bit of a step back from last year. I think that, with Ty Simpson, just having his first kind of start in college football, I think they have a pretty hard schedule. I think that there are going to be a lot of things that he has to work on and that he has to do to show that Alabama really is back to what it needs to be. Last year they had a decent season, one of their worst seasons, I think, in probably 10 years. It's just, I just think they're going to take a step back personally. Number 7, I got LSU. I think LSU has a really good team. I think this is the best one, if not the best team that Brian Kelly has personnel-wise. I think Garrett Nussmeier, I think all the players that he has, I think that he has a good culture around that team. So I think that they'll be a top 10 team by the end of the year. Number 6, I have Oregon. I think Oregon is just all around just a good team. Dylan Gabriel, of course, is gone, so, they have a new quarterback in. But I just think that Oregon is just going to be a good team all around. They're pretty good every year, so I'm thinking that they'll be pretty good. At number 5, I have Clemson. I think Clemson is, a really good team as well. The ACC, of course, isn't as hard as the SEC. In the Big 10, Big 12, not as hard either. But Kate Klubnik's really good. They have some really good players. They have some really good development players. I think Dabo Swinney does a great job over there in developing and, getting his players to do what they need to do. So that's why I have Clemson at 5. Number 4, I have Penn State. I'm really high on Penn State this year. I think that Penn State is actually going to be a legit playoff contender this year. They were last year, but I think they're going to be in the finals, in my opinion. I think that this is one of the best production teams Shane Franklin has ever had. And I think that he can really show what they can do. And I think that with Drew Aller there, and Drew Aller being back, I think that they're just going to be a really good football team. Number 3, I have Georgia. I think Georgia's going to take a little bit of a step back, but I don't think too much. I think that Gunnar Stockton's pretty good. I don't think, of course, he's any Carson Beck, but I think that he's going to be pretty good, and he's going to do some good things over there, so that's why I have them at 3. Number 2, I have Ohio State. I think Ohio State isn't going to take a step back at all, in my opinion. I think Ohio State is going to be relatively the same. I think that Ohio State just has to really show what they can do, and I think that they're going to be really good. And at number 1, I have Texas. Texas, a lot of preseason hype with, Arch Manning and all that, and I think Texas is a good team. I think Texas could show who they really are. I think in the first 5 weeks they can really put them on the map and say, hey, listen, we are number 1. This is why you chose us. I think that, playing Ohio State in their first game is amazing. Good for college football fans. Good for us. I just think it's really good. But yeah, that's my top 10. Thanks.